The goals you guys scored on Saturday are both rebound efforts, guys working at the net. I'm sure you'd love to see more of that. Is there any way you show that? Do you get it to happen more? It's just you've talked about it a lot, and maybe is there any way else you can try and foster
No,
that?
and then the goal line is scored on Friday, same thing, rebounds. I mean, that's the way we're going to have to score a goal, especially you look at our conference, the last two teams we played, Ohio State and Notre Dame, are two big defensive groups that rely on playing tight to their net, make you fight for, everything around there. And we did, get a few this weekend that way. And for us, to compete with these teams, you're going to have to score goals like that. So I think that's just part of it. And that's certainly part of playoff hockey, no matter what level you're at. So yes, that will continue to be an emphasis.
Having seen them once, what are the things Penn State does that are going to be a challenge for you?
They're wide open. They run and gun with the best of them. We had two great games, exciting games in our building before Christmas that kind of were a signature series on what to expect for this weekend as well. We'll have to be very disciplined. I think that's the one thing that we have gotten ourselves into penalty problems. Our penalty killing hasn't been good, especially number-wise. And that's a team, that even if they don't score on the power play, you keep giving their big guys, extra minutes and extra touches of the puck. It helps their 5-on-5 play. So the discipline part of being under control and staying out of the box and playing 5-on-5 will be important, but it should be a fun series. They're an exciting team. And like I said, the two games in here a couple months ago were great, and I expect them to be the same type of hockey.
Tony, you still have a chance for home ice. Is that something that you talk about? The guys probably know it anyway, but are you more worried about let's just play the right way and get going here before the playoffs begin?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's on everybody's mind that it's still pretty tight, our conference. You got to string together games, though. Friday's start at Notre Dame, winning on the road, was a great start to it. Saturday's game would have been fine, except the penalty problem. 4 in the first period, and give them a 5-on-3 in the first period. And that kind of, then you're chasing it the rest of the game. So I think the importance of just playing the right way is more important than saying, hey, we have to win these games. It's just playing the right way so you head in the playoffs with some confidence and some flow to your game and feeling good about your team. And Friday's effort was, great effort all the way around. The goaltender made huge saves for us. Daniel was really big for us. We had 2 big kills in the third period. Our power play scored. All 4 lines were going. And, we tried to carry that over into Saturdays. I thought we had a really good start to the game, and then then the referee's arm kept going up and got us in trouble. So we're in a position now that, we can't shoot ourselves in the foot anymore. It seems like that's what's happened, and when it's happened, it doesn't go well for us. And so the home ice would mean something, but playing the right way these last 4 games is more important and more of the focus than saying, hey, we got to get 3 wins or 4 wins to get home ice. Let's just play well and see where we're at.
As you look at the penalty kill, is it more mental mistakes or positional mistakes from the way
you've asked that one before?
I feel like I have, but I don't remember what the answer was. So I'll ask again.
Yeah, it goes in our net when we make a mistake, whether mental or positional mistakes. Again, we're trying to get through it with the younger players, learning through the experience. And the most important part, and I don't know that we've been able to grasp it, is when bad things happen and they do score, it's being able to adjust so the next time you're in that same position, you act a little bit differently to prevent that chance from occurring. And we haven't matured fast enough or progressed as fast enough as I thought we would in those areas. So I think that's a better way of answering whether it's mental or positional. We know what our responsibilities are. Sometimes when you're in a rut, you try too hard and you try to do 2 jobs instead of 1. And if you're much better off just doing and being responsible for what you're responsible for instead of trying to help others out. I think that's been more of the things that I've seen lately than earlier. So and then Friday night, we had 4 or 5 great block shots. You need those blocks. You need to find a way to get in the way, when they do get a chance, and that's what our defense has been able to do very, very consistently. And on the other flip side of it, Wyatt Kalnock and Linus are 2 shooters on the power play. The penalty kills that we've played, Ohio State, Notre Dame, especially the last 2, they realize that. They take that away. They make sure they get big. They make sure they prevent those guys from shooting. That's got to be more of our mentality as forwards, is preventing some of their big shooters to have opportunities to get puck to the net. So I think we can be more focused on what their strengths are and try to force them into doing other things like that's happened to our power play. Well, that's a good question. No, that's obviously something we go over every game, every weekend, and film to try to figure out, where are we making those mistakes. But I think paying a little more attention and recognizing their shooters or their go-to plays would be important for us moving forward.
How would you say Jesper and Jake played this past weekend, and I guess an update on either or both,
Sure.
Keandre and Tyler? Yeah,
Keandre is he'll be out this weekend, but he's doing much better. Maybe next week. I think the first week of playoffs is more realistic for Key. Tyler will probably practice or get on the ice tomorrow. He's banged up, but today he asked, "Can I go on the ice?" And we kept him off there's no need to rush him out there. So he'll be ready for this weekend. The performances of Jake Buns and I thought was really, really solid and good. Looked comfortable. Played really solid. Probably played 10 to 12 minutes and did a good job for us. Peltonen, I think, looked more comfortable. Jesper looked like, getting a couple games under his belt made him feel good, which, it's pretty hard, and you don't play, and all of a sudden you jump into, a game like that. A team that's gets in on the forecheck really hard. I thought they handled their forecheck. Those 2 guys did a great job of handling their forecheck and being able to come out and help us get out of our end. So the great grades for both those guys.
Wanted to ask you about Jake, and he's been recognized for what he's done off the ice. Can you speak to that? What you've seen out of him as being just kind of a really mature guy in the years you've been here, and how he uses that in his situation with maybe not playing as much too.
Yeah, he's in a very limited role. He knows the depth of our back end. He has a smile on his face when he comes to the rink. He has a smile on his face when he leaves the rink. He's a great kid to have in your program. He's a great kid to have in the classroom, on the streets, wearing Badger, whatever. And all he does is do things the right way. He's a model citizen, and we have him on our team. We're lucky. He's a guy that we all are very proud of from a coaching standpoint. I'm sure his teammates feel the same way. So the recognition he's getting for his contributions and what he does in the community and really around the world is incredible. So I'm hoping he wins that award. Obviously, it'd be nice if him and Annie could split that somehow. But it's great to have 2 athletes in the men's and women's program that have gotten national recognition like they have for being just great citizens.